Coming up, a journalist with a life-changing announcement. Plus, an overpass for animals. The news is next.
NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Riley Kickbush.
And I'm Reese Clark. Thanks for tuning in.
If you've been traveling down I-17 these past few months, you may have noticed the construction around Willard Springs Road. The project is not for cars, it's for wildlife.
The goal is to make the highway safer for drivers and animals. NAZ Today's Rachel Vasquez has the story.
Behind me is the Willard Springs Wildlife Overpass. This overpass will reduce wildlife and vehicle collisions and pump millions into the Flagstaff economy.
This overpass is part of a federally funded pilot program bringing construction jobs to northern Arizona. The goal is to encourage animals, mostly elk and deer, to pass over the bridge instead of the highway. These animals often come out at dusk and cross at night.
Along I-17 and I-40 combined, we have about 200 elk and 200 deer vehicle collisions in the Flagstaff area. Along I-17, where the Willard Springs overpass is being built, that stretch of road has about 85 elk per year from Flagstaff to Stoneman Lake and about 15 deer per year that are involved in wildlife vehicle collisions.
The overpass will be 100 feet wide with a concrete deck and a dirt base with vegetation. Fencing is being built around the area to funnel in these animals.
Studies across the nation have really shown that these types of overpasses are successful in reducing crashes with wildlife in the area where they do exist.
So being able to keep the animals off the road so they're not involved in those collisions can reduce the travel time, it can reduce the damage to vehicles and then the loss of the wildlife.
Workers are near the last step, putting soil and plants in place before opening the bridge to wildlife. This process is likely to take until spring, so the plants have a chance to grow, and even when it is open, drivers should still use caution in the area.
There's going to be a transition period where wildlife have to start to get used to using the overpass. It's still going to be very important for drivers to continue to be cautious.
Rachel Vasquez, NAZ Today.
Northern Arizona Healthcare hosted a forum to discuss a plan to move Flagstaff's medical center to a new site and build a new regional hospital. One forum took place today from 12 to 1 p.m. at McGee Auditorium. Another forum will take place October 30th from 6 to 7 p.m., giving locals a place to make their voice heard. An earlier plan to move the hospital to a site near Fort Tuthill was rejected by voters.
After a long fight trying to get anyone to purchase the historic museum club, it will close Friday. Known for its Wednesday Dimes Night, where a pitcher of beer is sold for a dime, the club has a history of business troubles. Management sources say the final Dimes Night is tonight, and doors will close after the Halloween party Friday night.
Starting January 1st, Flagstaff's minimum wage is set to rise once again, this time to $18.35 an hour. The increase is due to a ballot measure passed a few years ago that makes Flagstaff's minimum pay more than $3 higher than Arizona's minimum wage, which goes up to $15.15 on January 1st. Conversations about transgender rights continue to polarize communities across the country.
In Flagstaff, the editor-in-chief of the Lumberjack, NAU's student newspaper, found himself at the center of these conversations, not just as a reporter, but as a transgender man navigating his own future within journalism. Editor-in-chief Leo Divin-Legay oversees stories that inform and inspire. But recently, Leo published one story that hit closer to home than any other, his own.
It wasn't entirely intended as a coming out piece, which in a lot of ways it was. Because it was the first time, I said that I was transitioning, in a written form, in a professional capacity. It was the first time I wrote something under my chosen name.
Leo's letter from the editor was a personal revelation, a statement about truth, integrity, and the future role of journalists in today's society.
That I had kind of lost faith in journalism, but seeing the trans journalists around me has really inspired me to think that there is hope.
Lumberjack professor Katie Locke tries to create a welcoming space for students and encourages them to find their voice both personally and professionally.
I believe you always have to be living who you are, and it's hard to be anything other than that when you're out in the world and you're trying to get people to tell you stories about who they are all the time, and being able to bring your full self to that is important.
For Leo, identity and storytelling go hand in hand.
The only thing that I can do, that we can do, is be open about who we are and become that representation in newsrooms, because that's the only way that I think that at least I can make a change in this field.
In his professional career, Leo will continue telling other people's stories while also living his truth through them. Reese Clark, NAZ Today. The government shutdown will bring an end to food assistance for over 40 million Americans starting November 1st. The Trump administration is cutting all funding for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP. Flagstaff Family Food Center is already feeling the pinch. Managers say the organization is being stretched beyond capacity. As is usually the case, there are a long line of cars waiting for food boxes this morning. The food center and many other food banks rely on federal funding through the larger food bank network.
The city of Flagstaff will soon be enforcing a winter parking restriction, starting on the 1st of November and lasting through the 1st of April. From midnight to 7 a.m., parking will not be allowed on most city streets. Although the goal is to make it easier for snowplows, you still can't park even if there isn't any snow.
There's still no identification of the partial human remains found in the Secret Mountain area over the weekend. The remains are being sent in for DNA testing. Deputies say the incident does not suggest there is any threat to the public.
If you noticed smoke near Observatory Mesa on Monday, it was the result of a 15-acre prescribed burn. There are 4 other burns planned for late October in locations around northern Arizona. Cooler weather makes this a good time to thin out the vegetation on forest floors. It is not uncommon to hear people complain about what Flagstaff doesn't have. No Trader Joe's or Costco. But one thing Flagstaff doesn't have a shortage of is tattoo shops.
Even so, another one recently opened, and NAZ Today's Aishaya Tanaka explains why the owner thinks he has a recipe for success.
Downtown Flagstaff has no shortage of tattoo shops. There's a Vail Tattoo, Flagstaff Tattoo Company, and Mariposa Tattoo, just to name a few. But here on the corner of San Francisco and Butler, a new studio called Blue Diamond Ink is ready to leave its permanent mark on the local body art scene.
With some strong competition, Blue Diamond Ink owner Robert Blue Benson says he's found a formula for success.
Cleaner, brighter, more open space, bring a little modern aspect in with the old school style of tattooing.
Blue teamed up with longtime coworker Dan Duke, who does lead piercing at the studio. The pair say their years of experience and friendship helped shape the welcoming energy that they wanted to create.
Me and Blue had worked together for over a decade, so we were comfortable with each other's energy, and we knew what the community wanted and needed in regard to inclusive body art environment where all people feel welcome to express themselves no matter what walks of life or where they're from or anything like that.
The energy doesn't stop with the owners. Tattoo artist David Hunter Richardson says that the atmosphere is what makes Blue Diamond Ink stand out from other studios in town.
I have to thank Blue for this. He brings kind of a really good family feel to the entire shop. I mean, he's constantly has his kids here. His wife helps out as much as she can, so it's really nice to have that. So I honestly feel more part of a family, to be honest.
Benson says he tries to keep prices reasonable to make tattoos more accessible, and he says it's important to give back.
So right now we're doing Toys for Tots. So, we're doing we're giving away a $30 tattoo if you bring a $10 toy for Toys for Tots.
Aishaya Tanaka, NAZ Today.
Coming up, a spooky pet parade.
Fall is coming and the leaves are changing. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time. kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud that was.
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Yo, camping buddy. Okay, you guys ready?
Dude, I thought you were driving.
I thought you were driving.
Oh, I never said I was driving. I definitely can't drive.
If you're high, just don't drive. It's illegal everywhere. If you feel different, you drive different.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Halloween came early Saturday for a group of lucky dogs.
Some spooky pooches were on a hand for a celebration to benefit a good cause. NAZ's Today's Natalia Tucker was there.
I am in Heritage Square, where the Flagstaff community is gathering for its first annual Halloween event.
They came dressed as bees, skeletons, pumpkins, and a variety of characters. These dressed-up doggies and their owners enjoyed live music, a parade, and a costume contest. It was a collaboration between Freaky Foot Tours, Dark Sky Brewing, and High Country Humane.
We have Mocha, and of course the victim, and her backup, Mocha's backup, Stuffy, and I'm the team leader. And we are serious about rescuing teddy bears.
Proceeds benefited High Country Humane Shelter, which held an adoption event.
A bunch of cute dogs in cute costumes is like a win-win already. Then being able to bring High Country Humane into it and have this other aspect where we're getting dogs adopted, getting that visibility. So it's just a cool way to get the community involved.
For High Country Humane, Halloween felt a bit like Christmas.
Events like this are just huge for many different reasons. It gets some really good exposure and the people get to meet the dogs face to face rather than seeing pictures online.
And to top it off, 2 pups found their forever homes. Natalia Tucker, NAZ Today.
Back for the first time this semester, we have Pet of the Week. Today, we spend time with a 4-month-old dog named P, as in the letter P. NAZ Today's Lola Mia Bauer has more.
P is a playful puppy and gets along well with other dogs. He should, since he has 5 other siblings.
This is P, and he is a 4-month-old mixed breed. Was transferred down here from the Tuba City Humane Shelter, and he's been here since July. He initially came with a little bit of a skin issue, but he's all healed up from that, and he's ready for adoption. And he's very friendly, very outgoing, likes everybody, so he would be a great family pet.
P is clearly a hit with volunteer Catherine Moore, who loves working with the animals.
Really, just makes me feel like part of the community, like I'm giving back something to the community and helping out with the shelter and getting the dogs, and especially like this little puppy here, getting the puppies socialized.
Volunteers play a critical role at Coconino Humane.
You can walk the dogs around the shelter. There's always helping out with the dishes and the laundry, and of course there's the cats too. If you're a cat person, there's a whole lot of cats here that you can go into the cat room and take the cats out and socialize with the cats.
The Humane Association is always busy, and there's never a shortage of things to do.
It's not It's not super structured. You can come whenever the time works for you. You don't have to sign up ahead of time or sign up for 2 hours or anything like that.
If you want to volunteer or if you want to adopt P, visit coconinohumane.org. Lola Mia Bauer, NAZ Today.
Marie, you have pre-diabetes.
Pre-diabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get pre-diabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for pre-diabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself?
Up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. My name's Kaylee Doyle, and I'll be your weather forecaster for this evening. Flagstaff currently is sitting at 62 degrees with winds at 9 miles per hour, slowing down from what we've seen previously this week. Moving on to today's radar, we don't have a whole lot of cloud coverage through the entirety of the state, and we're seeing those clear skies with those fall weather we're feeling. Moving on to our current temperatures, we're looking at a temperature of 86 in Tucson, 92 in Yuma, and 89 in Phoenix. Cooling down but still staying pretty hot. The northern Arizona region is staying in those 60-degree area. We have 75 in Prescott, 65 in Winslow, and 63 in Taylor. Our overnight temps are staying in the 40s. We're starting strong with a 48 and dipping down through 45 in the night, coming back up to 44 as the sun rises. As it gets warmer throughout the day, we're moving into those 60-degree temps, which I'm happy about because I'm loving the fall weather. Excellent. I know we're all really excited for our 5-day forecast because Halloween is coming. All right, so Thursday we're looking at 68 with a low of 31. Friday, Halloween, we're looking at 67 with a low of 31. Saturday, 62 with a low of 34. And Sunday, 65 with a low of 38. So Friday, be sure to bring your jacket trick-or-treating. Once again, I'm Kaylee Doyle. Stay tuned for sports after the break.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Welcome back. I'm Melissa Munoz, and I'll be your sports reporter for the night. NAU women's volleyball climbed to the #1 spot in the Big Sky standings after sweeping Northern Colorado in 3 straight sets. Sports reporter Jess Garcia has the story.
The NAU women's volleyball team faced off against the defending Big Sky Conference champions, the Northern Colorado Bears, just this past Friday. The Lumberjacks had suffered consecutive losses to the Bears since 2022, but they put an end to that streak with a 3-set sweep. The Jacks won the Gold and Blue battle and came back from their losing streak against the Bears. Head coach Murphy says the team has just scratched the surface of their success.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're getting back to the NAU volleyball that, I think our fans, we're capable of around here. And this is a really good team, and I think we're just scratching the surface. I think we're going to keep getting better.
Senior outside hitter Kylie Moran shined, leading the team with 12 kills. Redshirt junior outside hitter Hannah Stoddard trailed Moran with 10 kills, both sparking the offense throughout the sets. Coach Murphy was confident in the Jacks' performance with the sweep and said that they wanted to treat this game just like any other, given the close Big Sky standings.
I think we just approached it like we approached all the games. We just played really hard, tried to play our style, kept our cool when things were close, and I'm pretty proud of how they performed under these circumstances.
The Lumberjacks are currently on a winning streak of 5 games with a conference record of 7-3, holding first place in standings with the University of Montana Grizzlies and Sacramento State Hornets trailing behind them. The Lumberjacks will be taking the court against the Grizzlies this week in Roll Activity Center, hoping to extend their winning streak and maintain their Big Sky standings.
The Lumberjacks will face Montana, who is currently ranked 2nd at Roll Activity Center tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. NAU fell to the Grizzlies earlier in the season in Missoula. Staying with volleyball, crosstown rivals Flagstaff and Coconino High School faced off in an electric match, with the Eagles coming out on top with a sweep over 3 sets. This extended the Flagstaff Eagles' repeated dominance over the Coconino Panthers, which dates all the way back to 2020, the last time the Panthers beat the Eagles. Flagstaff head coach Beth Haglin says that this year's team is special.
From the first time this team stepped on the court, you knew it was special from the standpoint of it's just a very tight-knit group of girls that enjoy being with each other on and off the court, and when they celebrate each other's, successes.
The Eagles also honored their seniors on Monday, including standout players like Lily Hartman and Hannah Thom. Flagstaff has still not lost a region game yet this season and is looking to close out its season with a win against Prescott tonight before heading into the playoffs. The NAU football team has traveled to Pocatello, Idaho to break their 2-game losing streak. Let's take a look at some highlights. The game was a shootout with the Bengals striking first, courtesy of a Dason Brooks 6-yard rushing touchdown to put the Bengals up 7 points early. But NAU wasted no time in tying the game, with Seth Cromwell barreling his way into the end zone for the 7th time this season. The Jacks then recovered an Idaho fumble at the 1-yard line thanks to safety Michael Hurst. The Lumberjacks took the lead 14-10 with a 14-yard touchdown by tight end Braden Kramer, which has both his first catch and touchdown of his career. Darvin Hubbard enjoyed his 2nd touchdown of the season on a 4-year carry, take NAU half with the lead. Idaho State wide receiver Jonah Burton brought the game back within reach for the Bengals, but the Jacks were able to grind out the clock and secure the win with a 41-yard field goal from Samuel Hunsaker. The Lumberjacks are hosting the Idaho Vandals on Halloween night, and the game will be on ESPN2 at 7:30. However, Coach Wright believes his team is prepared no matter the circumstances.
I think that we have a mature team that understands that it comes down to the things that really matter in order to win football games, and whether you're on ESPN2 or not, or you're playing Friday or Saturday, some of those things don't matter in the grand scheme of things on the field. And so we have a team that really focuses on the field.
That's all the sports I have for you tonight. Stay tuned with your weather recap with Kaylee Doyle after the break.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. Why?
I can't drive.
Why?
My.
Oh.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire, and how to control the flames. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
One scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
When the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
I'm relying on luck, but who knows if it'll be on my side.
When it comes to disasters and emergencies, it's not a matter of if, but when. Take control. 1. Assess your needs. 2. Make a plan. 3. Engage your support network. Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Once again, looking at our 5-day forecast, we're staying in those 60-degree temperatures, with Friday, Halloween, sitting at 67.
Thanks, Kaylee, for that weather recap. I know I'm super excited for Halloween. I get to hide from that cold weather because I'm going to be in the Sky Dome watching that football game. What are you guys planning on dressing up as?
I'm going to be Gwen Stacy from Spider-Man.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm also being an American Halloween costume. I'm being Elvis.
And I'm going to be a Bumblebee, which was actually my first costume ever as a kid.
Awesome. I'm planning on doing Indiana Jones. I'm very excited.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I'll be calling everyone Mama on Halloween night.
Well, that's all the news we have for you tonight. Have a safe night, and we will see you next Wednesday.